So we are joined by Stephanie Fletcher with Hope at Hand, and thank you so much for making time to be on First Coast Living. You guys have such an important purpose here in the Jacksonville area. Tell our viewers a little bit about Hope at Hand's mission.
Hope at Hand provides poetry lessons for at-risk youth populations. I have a background in Montessori education and poetry therapy, and we kind of mashed up the two and started working with teenagers in at-risk stagnant environments.
What do you think writing poetry does for teenagers who might be at risk?
So poetry, well, you know, in general, the arts, there are many benefits to the arts in general. And you hear studies about people with dementia coming to life when they hear music, or people with poetry can write and express their feelings. UF Health in Gainesville does a lot of research around all the different arts areas, and the arts are very healing. That is documented.
So you guys have a contest coming up, a contest called Purpose. Talk to me a little bit about that contest and how people can enter.
Okay, with our Cultural Council grant, we try to do things that engage the community through poetry. So our current contest, we do one every quarter, and the current contest is around the concept of purpose. So they can submit a poem, 15 lines or less, family friendly, around the concept of purpose, and it can be emailed to sydney@hopeathand.org.
Okay, and how can you guys read a poem for us to kind of give us an idea of what y'all are looking for?
So this poem is called Free, and it was written in actually one of my classes at pretrial detention. So before COVID, we had juveniles charged as adults with felony charges. And this one is called Free. If I could be free, that's all it would take. I'd roam this earth to clear all my mistakes. If I could be free, I'd flow like the wind. I'd set sail on the water, go to sleep, wake up, and start over again. If I could be free, I'd never leave home. But I do realize at this point, the word free is unknown.
That's beautiful. That's really incredible. And how old was she when she wrote this?
So she had to be under 18. She was 16 to 18, because 18, they would have moved her to the women's section. So she was probably 16 or 17.
That's incredible. It's just so profound and just captures it so well. That's a great poem.
I really believe you don't even have to like poetry to hear their voices. We don't do anything complicated or sophisticated. It's all very simple. We work with kids who already don't feel good about themselves. They have low self-esteem. They have low confidence. So everything we give them, we already know they will be successful at. So they write from their heart. They know us. They trust us. They live in shelters. They're in lockdown rehabilitation facilities. So we come in with art and poetry, and they're very receptive. They actually help keep the other kids in line because they value our hour with them. It might be the only hour of peace they get all week long, and they protect it from each other.
I know sometimes kids I've talked to, they like to try and write lyrics, which I feel like lyrics, it's just another form of poetry.
It is. And children and teens gravitate towards poetry anyway. And I personally love it because it is an arts form that anyone can give it a try. Like, I'm not going to be a ballerina at this point in my life. And I'm probably not going to learn how to play the tuba or buy a wheel and start sculpting. But I have a pencil. I have a pencil and I can give poetry a try. And I love that for people.
And for people who want to learn more about Hope at Hand, how can they do that?
Well, we have a lot coming up. April is National Poetry Month, so you can always go to our website. We have a poetry walk coming up. We're partnered with Downtown Vision, and we have 55 spots open that we're going to post poems, and we're super excited about that. And we have an exhibit coming up at River Jam, and we also have an exhibit coming up at the Jacksonville International Airport. And we also have single-use poetry packs around town. We have at the public library in the teen center, and Mosh and Chamblin's downtown. All ages can enjoy poetry. We have single-use packs, so you just pick it up and take it home.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie, for taking the time to join us on First Coast Living to talk about Hope at Hand.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
For more information about today's guest, visit firstcoastliving.net.